Oh, yo, my people, them cfcrealistblue back with another video, and this is my Chelsea player ratings video for the Chelsea versus Man City game yesterday in the Premier League, in which Chelsea lost 1-0. Mahrez scored the goal for Man City. So yeah, man, it's techie out here. Obviously, I'm gonna go through the players, each player, go through some stats as well as the substitutes, and give you my thoughts on Graham Potter and the subs as well. So we are gonna start off with Kepa Arrizabalaga. And Kepa, I'm not gonna cap. He was at fault for us conceding a goal. We really should have we really should have we really should have drawn that game at least, in my opinion, because if City don't score that chance, then in my opinion, they won't win the game. So it was a much better performance from the team. But Kepa, for that, I'm have to give you a 6.5 or a 6 actually, because I can't believe he did that still. I can't believe that still. So basically 6.5 for Kepa. So let's do that. Let me do my player rating video. Oh. So again, so Kepa gets a 6.5. I'm gonna go through his stats from the game. I'm getting the stats from SofaScore as well. You guys download the app as well. So yeah, Chelsea. Matches. So yeah, lineups. Kepa. He made 2 saves. He made 2 high claims. Had 45 touches in the game. He had 25 passes, 75.8% pass accuracy. Long balls, he completed 5 out of 13. And that's it. So my rating for him would be a 6.5. Now we're gonna move on to Cesar Azpilicueta, who, if I'm being real, I wouldn't necessarily be starting Azpilicueta that much, but yesterday City couldn't really do much to us in that defensive terms, because Azpilicueta was playing very well, defended well. The whole back line defended well. Like, if I'm honest with you, for the majority of the game. So it's like Azpilicueta's stats for the game: he made 2 clearances, he played 90 minutes, he made 1 block shot, he blocked 1 shot, he made 3 tackles, he had 64 touches, 40 accurate passes with an 88.9% pass accuracy, no accurate crosses. He made no long ball. Had no accurate long balls, even though he attempted once. He made 4 out of 8 ground draws. He won 2 out of his 3 aerial draws. Lost possession 11 times. He made 3 fouls. Was fouled 0 times. He was offside once, and he had 1 successful dribble attempt from one attempt. So Azpilicueta had a decent game. If I'm honest with you, the whole team as a whole had a decent match, because we was expecting City to brush us aside and they couldn't. So my rating for SP, I'm gonna give him also a 6.5. Now I'm gonna move on to the centre backs. Thiago Silva, who again shows why he's the maestro or all monstro, because boy, he had Haaland in his pocket. And for being real, what did Haaland do throughout that whole match? He had 1 chance. 1 chance. It wasn't even on Thiago Silva's side. It was on Koulibaly's side. And even then, he missed it. Haaland wasn't in the game at all during that match. And Thiago Silva had him. This is why a man like him, he will forever be world class and one of the greatest defenders ever. Because he's 38, he shouldn't be able to do things like this. Put the best striker in the Premier League in his pocket. He shouldn't. He shouldn't have done that, but he did. So we have to big him up for that one. And that's why my rating for Thiago Silva, I'm going to give him a 7.5. And then we have Kalidou Koulibaly, who did get booked during the game. I mean, wait, let me just go through Thiago Silva's stats. So Thiago Silva made 5 clearances, 1 interception, 2 tackles, 72 touches, 56 accurate passes, with a 90.3% pass accuracy. He made accurate long balls, 1 accurate long ball from 2 attempts. He made 2 out of 2 ground duels, 1, and possession was 6 times, and he had 1 shot off target where he hit the post. And yeah, it was unlucky, even though it came out of nowhere. I was shocked that he even hit the post, if I'm honest. So yeah, man, it was a good performance from Thiago Silva, as usual. That's a standard procedure from Thiago. And then we will have Kalidou Koulibaly, who had a better game. People were saying that he should have been dropped for this match, but I didn't necessarily want him to be dropped because there is a good defender. There is a good defender in him, but he just hasn't been playing that well. But over time, he will improve. You just got to allow him that time, innit? So Koulibaly with he played 90 minutes, made 3 clearances, he blocked 1 shot, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle. He had 100 touches, made 77 passes with an 86.5% pass accuracy, 3 accurate long balls from 9. He had 1 ground duel. He won 1 ground duel from 4. He won 2 aerial duels from 3. Possession lost 14, fouls. He gave away 3 fouls, and that was it from his stats. Other than that, I'm gonna give Koulibaly a 7 because I feel like the centre back's done really well in locking up Erling Haaland. He wasn't doing that well, so for me, Koulibaly definitely deserves a 7 in my opinion. So big him up, Koulibaly. Now we're gonna move on to Marc Cucurella, the left back. And boy, I don't know what it is with this guy, because in the first half he was playing quite well, bombing up and down the left hand side like he was on City. Like once a player touched the ball, he's on their first touch. That's what you wanted to see. But then in the second half, I don't know what happened to him. Literally just disappeared because like players are coming against him. He can't win his 1v1 battles. He's not pushing up the field as much. Due to obviously City changed at the second half as well. They changed their lineup and they literally were just on the left-hand side. They knew that Cucurella would eventually fold. He couldn't do anything when Bernardo Silva came up against him, couldn't do anything when Mahrez came up against him, the player who eventually scored the goal. And even then, like, how does Cucurella allow the player to get in front of him? Even though Kepa should have done better, Cucurella, you shouldn't have allowed Mahrez to get in front of you to get him that tapping. So for me, it's a lot of mixed thoughts on that. I still believe Marc Cucurella won't be the left back that we need. We need Chilwell back as soon as possible. But yeah, man, it is what it is. My rating for Cucurella, I'm gonna have to give him a 6 still. But now we're gonna move on to my man of the match, and that is Denis Zakaria. Denis Zakaria, my bro. You, my friend, I've been wanting you to play for so long as well. I've been wanting this guy to play. And you've seen what he's done in the biggest game that he's played against Manchester City. This ain't the first time he played against them. He played against them in the Carabao Cup. But nonetheless, yesterday's performance, class, the technical ability he showed, the physicality that he showed. For me, he has to be playing even more. He can't be dropped. Him and Kovacic in that midfield was running the game. They were bossing the match. And I am so happy that he is getting the chances needed. This is now, his third game in a row that he started. This is the consistency that we need. And he definitely will be playing in the next game. Has to be playing the next game. The only way he can't play is if he's injured. So at the end of the day, Zakaria, you are doing your thing. And 25 million from Juventus, we might as well cash that in. Because you, my friend, are a player that I can see, like, you can add the physicality and the technical ability needed to make our midfield stronger. So, my boy, just keep up your good work. Keep it up. I'm proud of you. And again, I have to give you a round of applause for that performance yesterday. Showed why I've been believing in you. Shows why I've been believing in you, because you are a quality player and a very good talent. So big you up, my bro. Big you up. And now we're gonna wait. I didn't even go through the stats. Let me just show you why I'm bigging him up. There's a player that has played 90 minutes, has 64 touches, made 50 accurate passes, 92.6%, which was accurate. Long balls, 3 out of 3 long balls was completed. 3 out of 3 long balls were completed. Dribble attempts, 3 out of 3 successful dribbles. Ground duels won 4 out of 8. He lost possession 7 times, fair enough, but he made 1 clearance, 1 interception, 2 tackles. This guy here, I'm telling you guys for free. See him, Zakaria. He will be one of the reasons why, if we go on to win the Champions League, because in my opinion, top 4 is looking long right now, but if we win the Champions League, he will be in the midfield in the Champions League final or leading up to that point, because he is a player that can elevate this midfield. Because if you look at a man, has physicality, he can drive forward, he can hold up play, make tackles, technical ability. I am not capping. This guy can have the whole package, and only at 25 years old, he's nowhere near his prime yet. Well, not like nowhere near, but he has a couple more years till he's in his prime. Please, we need to sign Zakaria, because I've been saying this. He is a quality player, and we had to be giving him chances. Before the international break, he wasn't getting a sniff, not a sniff of this first team. Only in the Carabao Cup, and due to us playing younger players. But now, ever since after international break, Graham Potter sees the quality, and that's why he's undroppable. Zakaria is undroppable at this point in time. You can't tell me another man in midfield should be playing more than him. I am not having it. Unless it's Kovacic, but even then, Zakaria has been playing more than Kovacic since the international break due to Kovacic not playing that much. But my God, see him, I'm so impressed, and I just hope that we can sign him for real, because he is quality, man. I'm going on too long, but he's my man of the match. I'm going to give him an 8, because you had a quality performance against Manchester City, your hardest test. You guys told me that if we play against other teams with him in the team, we can boss the midfield, because the physicality, the technical ability he has, have to big him up. My man of the match is Zakaria. My man of the match. So, and then we now have Mateo Kovacic. And him and Kovacic bossed the midfield, especially in the first half. Them man there, oh my. And Kovacic was his first start. This was his first start since coming back from the international break. So, have to big him up. Came in and showed why he's one of the best midfielders that we have, easily. He played 90 minutes. He made 80 touches. He had 80 touches, 60 accurate passes with an 87.0% pass accuracy. He had 2 successful accurate long balls out of 3 attempts. He had 1 shot off target. He had 1 successful dribble attempt from one. He made 1 dribble attempt and it was successful. He won 5 of his 7 ground duels. Aerial duels won 0 out of 2, which is minor. Possession lost 11 times. He made one foul and was fouled once as well. Clearances 1, interceptions 1, tackles 3. Kovacic, you are and have always been a key member of our midfield, and we cannot have a great midfield if we don't have you in it, due to how you can press, counter press, defend. The only thing we lack is just the vision that you have, creating chances. That's all it is. That's the only thing that I would want Kovacic to do better, is improve on his chance creation. But that is not the player he is. He's not a player. He's in the prime of his career, doing things that everyone has been expecting him to do. Look at Chelsea. Look at his Croatia team. He is vital to every team he's a part of, and we love Kovacic. And my rating for him, I'm gonna have to give him a 7.5 because he had a great game. My bro. So yeah, I'm gonna give Kovacic a 7.5 for that performance yesterday. Now we're going to Hakim Ziyech, a player who I said in the match review had to start, and we are so happy that he did. If you go into my Instagram as well, I did a poll where I said, should Hakim Ziyech start? 80% of the people that voted said that he should. So for me, it's a no-brainer. Why? Because Hakim Ziyech is our best creator. He is our best creator. Even if Reece James is there, Hakim Ziyech is our best creator. If he plays in a more solid role, because yesterday he wasn't even playing his preferred position, he was playing on the right-hand side of like a centre mid. More time, if we transition from a 4-3-3 or in the attack, we go to a 4-2-3. No, wait. Attack would be 4-3-3. Defensively, we'll be on a 4-2-3-1. So it's like more the right-hand side. He wasn't far forward on the right-hand side, but more time he was getting into those positions and had a decent game. I'm not gonna say a very good game. He had a decent game. We just need him to be starting more games. And now, with the fact that Raheem Sterling and Christian Pulisic have been injured, we don't know the time frame, but they definitely won't play against Man City, and for me, highly unlikely to play against Fulham next week. So let's just hope that Hakim Ziyech, he will get more game time and that he can just deliver, because he hasn't had a long amount of run of games since he's come to Chelsea. He's made 95 appearances for us in all competitions. And the most times he's probably ever started consistently is no more than 10. So yeah, man, for me, has to start in the next game. It was a good performance, not the best, but it was a decent one. I'm gonna give you a 6. Hakim Ziyech, I'll give you a 6. And I'm going to read you out his stats. He played 69 minutes, had 49 touches, 20 accurate passes with a 71.4% pass percentage. He had 1 accurate cross from about 7 attempts. But how many people attempt 7 crosses? I don't even know about. In like our last game, he's attempted that much. But that's a positive sign. He had 0 out of 3 accurate long balls. Shots on target, he had 1 shot on target. Dribble attempts, he had 0 from 2 attempts. He won 4 of his ground duels out of 7 attempts. Possession lost 20 times. He was fouled twice. And he made 2 tackles. Not the best performance, but considering the team was playing, it's not the worst either. So my rating for you, Hakim Ziyech, will give you a 6. And now, our other attackers. Raheem Sterling, unfortunately, can't get a rating. He came off in the first 2 minutes after getting a hamstring injury, was forced off immediately. And unfortunate for Sterling. Speedy recovery to you, Raheem. I hope you are not out for a long period of time. We need you in this team, but yeah, man, it's unfortunate. So speedy recovery to Raheem Sterling. Christian Pulisic, he also came off in the first half after less than 25 minutes. He was playing decent. He got into a position where Kai Havertz slipped him in, and then John Stones, fair play to him, with a great crunching tackle, literally crunches Pulisic. And after that, Pulisic Yeah, he came off. He came off straight away. Man was on the ground receiving treatment and came off. So, like Grandpa said, when it rains, it pours. 2 injuries in the space of 25 minutes. We now have Edouard Mendy injured, Raheem Sterling injured, Christian Pulisic injured. We have Wesley Fofana injured, Armando Broja injured, Reece James injured, N'Golo Kante injured. We have we also have another injury that we have is oh my days, I can't believe I can't remember, but we have to go again. Wesley Fofana, Reece James, N'Golo Kante, Edouard Mendy, Armando Broja, oh my days, Ben Chilwell, oh my days, Ben Chilwell, who is it? Sorry, third time the charm, you get me. So we go with Christian Pulisic, Raheem Sterling, Edouard Mendy, Then we have Reece James, Wesley Fofana. We also have Ben Chilwell, N'Golo Kante, and yeah, that might be the injury list still. I could be wrong, but if I'm wrong, you guys let me know in the comment section below, innit? You guys let me know. But I think that's right. That's about 7 injuries. That is peak. We need transfers. We desperately need transfers. How are we going through this injury crisis? What is wrong? Why have we been receiving all these injuries? I don't understand why. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. But it is what it is, isn't it? So yeah, Christian Pulisic, I'm not going to give you a rating, my bro, because you didn't even play that long. Even though I'm sure read you some of his stats. He played 22 minutes, 9 touches, 4 accurate passes with 80% pass accuracy, shots blocked 1, 2 ground duels won from 2 attempts, possession lost once, was fouled once, he made 1 tackle. That's what he did in the 22 minutes. So big him up for that one. And now we'll move on to Kai Havertz. Who for me, who is very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. People were saying that, oh yeah, he had a decent match. I beg to differ, in my opinion, because he is a player who we should be expecting to create chances. Fair enough, he nearly assisted Connie Chukwuemeka's shot who hit off the post. But if we're being honest, why did he not set through Aubameyang? There's a lot of times where Aubameyang was easily through. I'll never forget as well. My man's literally on the halfway line. Literally, he's turned that way. Aubameyang literally made the run through. If he played him in, he would have been through on goal. Why doesn't Kai Havertz want to do these things? I'm sick and tired of seeing a man do nothing. When you played against Bournemouth with Reece James, you're playing well. After that, you're not doing good enough for me. You're not doing good enough. You need to do a lot better. Because for me, what did you do? Please, you were passing. What shots did you take? I don't understand why you're playing like this. Are you really just trying to not just achieve your potential? Because for me, you only play really, really good when Reece James is about. Other than that, you don't do much. Which is very frustrating. And this is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna read you out his stats. He played 90 minutes. He had 1 shot on target, 52 touches, 34 accurate passes from an 85% pass accuracy. He made 4 key passes. Fair enough. He put Pulisic through. He put Carney through and he put Pulisic through. So I'll give him that much. But he made 4 key passes, 4 ground duels won from 7, 2 aerial duels won from 8, possession lost 9 times, was fouled twice, 1 offside, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles. So Defensively, as you can see, he was doing very well, but attacking is what you're meant to be doing. What did you do attacking wise? Pulisic and Carney, who nearly scored. Other than that, for me, I don't know what you did throughout that game because you could have done a lot more, in my opinion. You could have done a lot more, but you didn't. And that's just the same old stuff that we've been going through with you. You have one good game, but then what do you do in the next couple? Not enough. Not enough. So now that is with that was the starting 11. We're now going to go onto the subs bench. And the first sub that we made was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who came on for Raheem Sterling. He played about 63 minutes. And Aubameyang, he will probably feel a lot mad, very mad, due to the fact that he got brought on for 63 minutes and got taken off. In my opinion, I don't really see a big problem with it like that. Obviously, if I was a player, I would be angry myself, but we can't, he wasn't doing that much. He won't do anything defensively. If he ain't running in behind, just like you saw in the Arsenal game, he ain't really going to do much. He ain't going to do much. And in that Arsenal game, he didn't do much either. So, fair enough, Kai Havertz could have played him in, but still he just didn't do enough. And Kai Havertz, I didn't even say what his rating was. I'm going to give Kai Havertz a 5. I'm going to give Aubameyang a 5 as well. He played 63 minutes, Aubameyang. Touches, 13. 9 accurate passes, 75% pass accuracy. He won 1 ground duel from 2. He won no aerial duels from 1 attempt. Possession loss 3. He made 1 foul, fouled a Man City player. He made 1 tackle, and he had 1 error leading to a shot. So he didn't really do much. And if we're gonna be honest, Potter is that's not his guy. Potter knows that if he was here from the summer, he wouldn't have signed Aubameyang. He was a Tuchel player, and since Tuchel's left, been sacked, it's been a shambles for Aubameyang. If we're being honest, he played well, but since just before the international break, when he's gone on the downturn, having bad results, he wasn't doing anything that would help us dramatically. So he will most likely be sold at the end of the season, in my opinion. There's no chance that I'm going to keep him on going on to next season. He just doesn't do enough. He can't offer the same. He can't do what we want to do. So, yeah, man, I'm going to give him a 5. Next was Carney Chukwuemeka. And Carney, oh my days. This is about either the 3rd or 4th time we've been brought on from the bench. And I'm impressed. So impressed. You took the game by the scruff of its neck. You took your chance. And just like yesterday in your interview, you were saying that, yeah, with us young players like Lewis Hall, Murray Hutchinson, when you come on from the bench, you have the freedom to express yourself because you literally have nothing to lose based on the fact that you're not a star. So in the next game, you'll be thinking the next game, I might not be starting, but at least if I go out and show what I'm capable of, show them the real me, maybe that'll give them a highlight to say, yep, I'm a part of the team and I can be of use. And yesterday showed why you are of good use. Being a player involved, take on players, take shots, and just be a presence. I love that. I appreciate your performance yesterday. And I'm just happy to know that you are here because from Aston Villa, you were showing great signs. This is why we signed you. That's why we signed you. One of the youth, and in the youth movement that we're having right now, a lot of young players, you was one of the first to come. And I'm so happy for you to get given chances. Graham Potter will at least do these things where you will get given chances. That is all we ask for. Give these young players a chance to show themselves because what do we have to lose? Right now in the Premier League, we are 10th. We have nothing to lose in the Premier League. If I'm being real, top 4 is very, very slim chance that we get it. So we might as well be playing these young players to see what they can do. So it's honestly, we really need Kai Chukwuemeka to be playing more, just like our other young talents, Omari Hutchinson, Lewis Hall. Even when we get Andre Santos, Datro Fofana, all these young guys, we want to see them playing, man, because they're going to be the future. So my rating for Carney as well, I'm going to give him a 7. Minutes played, 68 minutes. Touches, 47. He had 26 accurate passes with a pass percentage of 86.7%. He had 1 key pass, 1 accurate cross from 1 attempt. Shots blocked 2. He had 2 shots blocked. One of them hit the woodwork, hitting the post. He had 0 successful dribbles from 2 attempts. He won 6 of his ground. He's won 6 out of 10 ground duels. Shows how physical he can be, winning tackles and that, man. Like, he lost possession 10 times, fair enough. But he made 2 interceptions and 6 tackles. Come on, look at the energy that these men show. The fight for the badge. This one, I should say, the young talent providing the much needed energy that we needed in that match. Like, just big them up because they have to play. He has to play on Sunday. He has to play on Sunday against Man City in the FA Cup. We might as well be playing our young talents because these men are showing us life that a lot of the veterans are not showing us. So for me, Carney, big performance. Easily one of the top 5 players from the game. 7 rating for you. I'll give you a 7. And that was another substitute. So now we're gonna move on to the third substitute, which was Lewis Hall, who replaced Mark Cucurella. Go big him up, Lewis Hall. Every game where we've seen him, how many games has he had a bad game? Let's be real. How many games has he had a bad game? He might have played against Brighton, and even then, in that game, I can't really say he had a bad game. Brighton playing a lot better. But other than that, more time when Lewis Hall comes on, you can always count on him to show his quality and fight for the badge. The physicality that he's shown in the game is much more than Cucurella. He should be playing over Cucurella, in my opinion. I'm sick and tired of seeing him because at least Hall can defend well and attack. I don't see enough of that from Cucurella. I don't see enough of that. Lewis Hall has played less than 5 matches for us, and he has played more better in this season than Cucurella. So for me, he needs to start the next game. I'm going to also give him a 7 as well. He had a great game. He came on for the last half an hour, basically, and showed why he should be starting and showed why the young talent in the team needs to be given more chances. And with under Graham Potter, we can definitely expect him to be starting a lot more youngsters rather than any of our other managers, bar Frank Lampard, in my opinion. So, big him up. Big him up. And, yeah, man. So, I'm going to read you Lewis Hall's stats from the game. 22 minutes played. He had 37 touches, 19 accurate passes with a 90.5% pass accuracy. He had 1 key pass. He attempted 2 crosses. One of them were accurate. So that's a 50% accuracy. He had 1 shot off target, which, if we're being honest, he could have scored or either should have cut it back at the end. But nonetheless, you're taking opportunities. You're trying to be a big player, trying to do things for us and single-handedly want to be mentioned because you're trying to show your fight for this team. You want to be starting more regularly. You want to, so you're going to be doing things like this. I understand. You should have done you should have squared it. But nonetheless, I appreciate you trying to take a chance and trying to show that, yeah, I want to be a star. Because if you score that goal, then what? You're going to be a star in the next game, even though you should be anyway. So, big you up, Lewis Hall. And then we're going to have, he had 1 shot off target, like I said. He attempted 1 dribble. It wasn't successful. He won 2 out of his 3 ground duels. He won 2 out of his 3 aerial duels. Possession loss, 6. He made 1 clearance, 1 interception, and 2 tackles. And this is what he did in 22 minutes. That is what he did. He did more than what Cucurella did in the whole game. Honestly, this guy, he needs to be starting. He has to start over Cucurella. The only person I'm telling you he can't start over is Ben Chilwell, because Ben Chilwell will do the same thing that Lewis Hall will do. Fight for the badge, show the energy and the passion that it is to be a Chelsea player. Cucurella doesn't do that for me at this point in time. On my live, I'm there going to be telling you, man, that he's a watered down Marcos Alonso at this point in time, in my opinion, because he can't defend well and he doesn't do enough attacking wise. At least with Alonso, he could score goals and make assists. You could do that with him. You could count him to do that. So, yeah, Lewis Hall 7 for you. Great game. Great game for you. And then we have Conor Gallagher, who also came on. Oh, wait, no, my fault. Amari Hutchinson came on. He didn't show what he was capable of. A lot of people have been saying that, yeah, he's just trying to play it safe, which I can understand. With 22 minutes, you can't really do that much. Lewis Hall did, but Amari Hutchinson on the wing, he wasn't trying to do too much because he wants to try gain the trust of the manager and play a lot more. So it was a good performance nonetheless. I give him a 6.5 rating. And I reached out his stats now. He played 22 minutes. He made 15 touches. He had 15 touches, 8 accurate passes. That means I had an 80% pass accuracy. He attempted 2 crosses. They weren't successful. None of them were accurate. He didn't win one of his ground duels, which is minor. Possession lost 6 times. He made 1 interception. Like I said, not his greatest cameo, but we know what he can bring. We saw him in the Aston Villa friendly, and he was the best player on that day. So for me, I can't wait to see him play because he definitely should be playing against Man City on Sunday because Pulisic and Sterling are injured. They won't play in that match. So he definitely, for me, should be starting in that game. And we look forward to seeing what he can do against Man City on Sunday in the FA Cup. Now we go on to Conor Gallagher. Who was our last sub. He played 21 minutes. He had 15 touches, 4 accurate passes, 66.7%. One key pass. He attempted 1 cross, but wasn't accurate. Dribble attempts. He had 1 successful dribble from 2 attempts. And then ground duels 1. He had 3 ground duels, 1 from 6. Possession lost 7 times. Fouls 1. He made 1 foul. He was fouled twice as well. Thing about Conor Gallagher, if you saw his time at Crystal Palace, you know that this man has energy. Even in the game against Man City last season, where I think Crystal Palace drew with Man City, this is a player that can run up and down and give the energy that was needed for us to put City under more pressure in the second half. Something that we don't necessarily have. Mason Mount will do that, but he was injured. He couldn't take part. That's another injury as well. That on my days, I completely forgot. So that's another injury. Mason Mount is injured as well. That's 8 injuries that we have. And yeah, it's peak out here. So it's long, but yeah, man. Conor Gallagher, have to big you up for the enthusiasm you brought onto the pitch, the energy you brought. All of our young talents, all did that. Because from all of our subs, bar Aubameyang, it was all young talents who have been doing well. When they've come on at times. Conor Gallagher, not so much compared to the others, but yeah, I enjoyed the performance you put on. You didn't play on for that long, but nonetheless, it was a good performance. My rating for you, Conor Gallagher, I'm gonna give you a 6. Decent performance. And that's it from our subs. Now we're gonna get on to the man himself, Graham Potter. And Potter, I must say, I'm impressed with how you set us up. I'm happy that you started Koulibaly. A lot of people would have made him a sub. Azpilicueta, you trusted in him, which was a good decision because defensively we did very well, barred the goal that we disallowed. But yeah, that's down to like Kepa and Cucurella. Azpilicueta had a decent game. The team, Zakaria, Kovacic in midfield. Big you up for that. That's a great partnership. We need to see more of that. Jorginho was dropped because you know that the physicality might not have been needed. We weren't going to control the game, so him playing might have been pointless as well because he dictates play. And if we don't have possession of the ball, he can't offer us protection. So that's the reason why Zakaria and Kovacic started. The front line, Christian Pulisic, you're trying to not change up your system, not necessarily change up your system. You're trying to change up the players. That's why you're trying to give guys consistent starts, so you can see what they can bring. You're trying to give them another opportunity to show that yep, you could be a starter. But you doing that, it just makes me understand more that you need time to build. You have to have time. Look at Brighton. N'Golo Kante is injured. Reece James is injured. Wesley Fofana is injured. Edouard Mendy is injured. N'Golo Kante is injured. Ben Chilwell is injured. Mason Mount is injured. Now Raheem Sterling is injured. Now Christian Pulisic is injured. What is a man meant to do? Like, people would say, oh, Tuchel, he wasn't doing this bad. When did Tuchel, during his first spell, have the likes of Reece James, Ben Chilwell, and N'Golo Kante to call upon in the majority of his matches? If my man doesn't have them, what do you expect him to do? And people are going to be saying, oh, yeah, Potter out. How you transformed us? Like, you guys are just too used to the fact that, oh, we just want to win now. In order for us to ever win a Premier League again, we need to go through some sort of suffering and trust the manager to build. We have signings that were here from Conte, Sarri, Lampard, and Tuchel. He can't put his blueprint on his team because he doesn't have enough signings. Right now, we've signed a couple players, Badia Shaw, Dacho Fofana, and Andre Santos. These are players that we've signed while Graham Potter's been here. That's free. And there's probably been another 20 odd other signings that weren't his. So give the man time, because I'm telling you, if he gets given at least 3 years, he will win a Premier League or a Champions League, in my opinion. The transfer budget that he will be given will be much better than what Brighton would. And he took him 3 seasons to get Brighton to be doing what they're doing right now in this season. He will need less time, in my opinion, for him to do that at Chelsea. And people will be saying, oh yeah, but will the board give him the time? In the previous regime, they never gave him time. And under Tuchel, he didn't give him time either. But I can understand the fact that Tuchel didn't make things easy in the relationship with the board. He was sending his assistant to do transfer stuff, to talk to the board most of the time, while he was trying to do coaching. I love Tuchel and everything, but if we're going to be honest, even with him, we wouldn't be doing much better with the injuries and that we have right now. So for people to be saying, put it out, I don't understand you people still. I don't understand. But it is what it is. Nonetheless, we need to trust Graham Potter. We have to trust him. So, yeah, man. That's going to be it from me, though, regarding this Chelsea vs Manchester City player ratings video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Facebook for more Chelsea content. I'm cfcrealistblue, and I'm out. Peace. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea. So yeah, man. So yeah, my people, them, appreciate everything. Appreciate the views and the likes. My people, them, means a lot. Remember, tomorrow gonna be doing a match review as well. I'm gonna be starting that at 6 o'clock tomorrow. So remember to stay tuned for that. And yep, check out the shorts videos as well. And if I get any other updates in terms of players and that, I'll be uploading that to YouTube. So yep, thank you everyone. Make sure to join me back tomorrow and then on Sunday for the watch along as well. So thank you for the support, and catch you guys on the next video. I'm cfcrealistblue, and I'm out. Peace. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, Chelsea.